YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. LaValle Building Supply, with 12 retail lumberyard locations in New England and celebrating 60 years of serving you with quality products and friendly service. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Barton Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Innertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, Sunshine region. Additional support is provided by North Cape Design Build.
Hello and welcome one and all. Berkeley Stevens here, bringing you YCN coverage of New Hampshire Division III high school soccer. We're in Sutton, New Hampshire, where the 1-5-1 Fall Mountain Wildcats will challenge the 5-3-1 Kearsarge Cougars on their home field. It's boys varsity soccer. Moments ago, Kearsarge girls varsity soccer bested Fall Mountain by a tight score of 2-1. We'll see if Kearsarge can complete the sweep and go 2-0 on the day. Starting lineups and kickoff coming up right after this.
NCTV programs are underwritten in part by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oil, Propane, and Motor Fuels, with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning. Their friendly, highly trained, and certified staff is available to assist you throughout the process. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer in New London since 1997, and much further back as the Country Press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. LaValle Building Supply, serving homeowners and contractors since 1962. Whether you're an experienced builder or simply a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find what you need at LaValle Building Supply. Barton Insurance Agency provides local access to all your business and personal insurance needs, from auto, home, life, to business liability and related needs. Experience the hometown difference of Barton Insurance Agency. Baba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor, for great land fare, seafood, sandwiches, and Baba's award-winning chowder. You won't be disappointed. They're having a lot of fun at Baba's Bar and Grill. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, and Sunshine region of New Hampshire. Online and in print, the Innertown Record. Main Street Bookends in Warner, an independent bookstore providing books, toys, games, cards, and gifts. With a gallery showcasing local arts and artists, Main Street Bookends in Warner. And North Cape Design Build. Thank all our underwriters for making your local programming possible on
Introducing the starting lineups for tonight's
NCTV.
game. For the Wildcats, coached by Justin Parrott. A junior, number 2, Jackson Meyer. A junior, number 4, Nick Parrott. A sophomore,
And
number
we're
6,
back here
Evan
just moments
Parker.
from kickoff as Bubba announces the starting
A
lineups
senior,
for both
number
teams.
7, Aiden Belden. A senior, number 8, Zach King. A senior, number 9, Ian Smith. A junior, number 12, Lucas Dozier. A senior, number 13, Ian Gould. A senior, number 15, Troy Tenney. A senior, number 16, Aiden Parrott. And a sophomore, number 19, Lennon Dozier. And now for the Cougars, coached by Cooper Gunn. A senior, number 9, Elliot Asbury. A junior, number 1, Gunnar Benedict. A junior, number 32, Brady Donovan. A senior, number 7, Odin Goslin. A sophomore, number 34, Jacob Messer. A junior, number 8, Noah Rubenberg. A senior, number 3, Ryder Salmonfield. A senior, number 10, Davin Selby. A senior, number 11, Sawyer Slayton. A junior, number 13, Graham West. And a senior, number 6, Andrew Zielinski. The referees for this game tonight are Terry Boone and Gabe Anthony. We've already had the playing of our national anthem in the previous game, so let's play ball.
All right, let's get right into it. Kickoff just right around the corner here. The 5-3-1 Kearsarge Cougars looking to get back in the win column, coming off a 2-game skid with a 0-3 shutout against Mascoma and just recently a 2-5 loss against Guilford. This is certainly a game the Cougars hope to win against the Wildcats, who come into this one with a 1-5-1 record. Like I said, Kearsarge did win the meeting between the girls' teams by a score of 2-1. This game should be another close one. Despite the difference in records, it really seems like Fall Mountain's defense is incredibly strong. Although they have that 1-5-1 record, when they're playing really good teams, and I mean top 3 in the division, they're not getting blown out. It's a 4-goal game, something around that mark, so they can always hang in there. And if a couple bounces can go Fall Mountain's way, you can never count them out. But Kearsarge will be trying to take advantage of their speed, their upperclassmen depth. They certainly have more in their arsenal in that regard. Players to keep an eye on for the Cougars: number 10, Davin Selby, absolutely. Number 9, Elliot Asbury as well. And a goal back there, number 1, Gunnar Benedict, if he's tested, one of the better goalies in D3 this year. Fall Mountain's going to be kicking this one off first. They'll be headed right to left on your screen. 40 minutes thrown up there for the first half. And we are just about ready to go. Kearsarge breaks their huddle, gets in position, ready to defend on this opening kickoff. Nick Parrott and Troy Tenney, the junior and senior strikers for this Fall Mountain team, are ones to keep an eye on here. If you're a fan of the guys in white. Already Kearsarge pressing aggressively after that kick, nearly taking it away and continuing to move forward, but it's still a battle in midfield here. Great weather, good field position, or good field conditions, excuse me. Should lead us to a good game. Kearsarge dropping this one all the way back to returning Graham West, who's going to try and play this one up the far side of the field to a teammate, and does. Inching their way along. Now it's Andy Zielinski battling on the ball, jostling with Nick Parrott. He's able to strip that one away. Sends a through ball downfield to Sawyer Slayton, who wins the award for coolest name in this game. He's on the near side corner now, challenge and a centering pass and a shot, and an early goal for the Cougars. What a pass and what a strike. They lead Fall Mountain 1-0 and early. Look at this pass, too, across the body. Sawyer Slayton pauses for a moment, trying to just lag the defender a hair behind him, and does. Then centers that one in beautifully. And that's Odin Goslin with the goal. (1-0). Kearsarge jump out in front just 1 minute into this game. That was an explosive goal, too. It seemed like Kearsarge transitioned out of their own midfield end. Incredibly fast, using long passes. And that assist from Slayton was just beautiful. Now Kearsarge working out of their own end. Davin Selby passes this one along. Andy Zielinski up the field further. This one stolen away. And taken right back. That'll be much of this game played right at midfield. That has been the problem for Fall Mountain. Their defense is pretty strong, great at stealing the ball away, but tough generating chances in transition. Now it's Slayton again from that near side corner. Tried to cross one in, that was deflected. Fall Mountain get a big booming clear here. But Kearsarge has it back, winning the 50-50. And on the far sideline, still in control. Goes out of bounds, it's gonna be a Cougar throw-in. They toss this one in. Trying to center a pass straight into the box. Unsuccessful there. No handball called there. Kearsarge kept possession. The refs letting them play on. And now Fall Mountain take it away. Selby trips up Aiden Belden. That's going to be a free kick for Fall Mountain. Here's the free kick sent down the way of the Cougars, controlled just beyond midfield. That pass runs just over the foot of a Wildcat, and Kearsarge briefly headed up the field, bouncing back and forth. Great control there by Ian Smith to keep that one inbounds. Try and clear it along farther, but the refs say it did go out of bounds, and it'll be brought back for a throw. The Cougars now just on the outskirts of the 18. Trying to break through the last ranks of this Wildcat defense. The ball runs over the sideline again for a Cougar throw. Davin Selby walks up to take the throw. Big, strong midfielder can really chuck it. This one's going to be right in the center of the 18. The whirling throw is headed away by the Wildcat defense. Cleared for a moment. Still a 50-50 though, and in a dead sprint come the Wildcats. Center back for the Cougars, able to defend. That's Graham West who knocks it away, but his efforts aren't done just yet. Has to switch the field over to Ryder Salmonfeld, who's now looking for a target even more forward in the midfield. Goes up to Selby. He takes a turn with a nice drop pass. Nice use of space here for the Cougars, able to get this ball down into that near side corner. The centering pass comes in, but to no avail. Headed on to Selby, tried to strike that one with his left foot in stride, but it goes a bit wild and over the goal line. Just over 5 minutes gone by. Some heavy lifting by the Kearsarge offense. Already resulted in one goal early on, just 60 seconds in. And they've continued to press since then. This goal kick, the 50-50, headed back toward Wildcat territory. Selby's able to get a foot on it. Touches one towards Slayton. Double teamed, gets a centering pass through, just a bit too much pace. And Gosselin couldn't catch up for it before it was scooped into safety by the Wildcat goaltender. Another midfield battle won by the Cougars. Selby tries to send one through for his strikers. That one gets cut off nicely by Ian Gould. The Cougars will gather this, playing it with their defensive backs, trying to switch the field, pick a side to attack from. They'll choose the far side of the field for a moment. Noah Rubenberg has that one tackled away. And it's a Wildcat throw from midfield. Great job there. Aiden Belden crashes through, tries to get a shot off. It's wide right of the net. I like how quickly Belden was able to settle that onto his right foot and then blast a shot off, even though it was a little bit wild. This good Kearsarge defense isn't going to give you a lot of time and space, so Belden doing a great job there just to give himself the best look at goal as quick as possible. Wildcats still trying to work this one down, but it is going to be a goal kick here. Gunnar Benedict kicks that one short to a teammate on the near side of the field. Trying to forward that one up to Sawyer Slayton. It goes out of bounds. Evan Parker comes up to take the throw for Fall Mountain. He tosses one toward the direction of Zach King, who tries to one-touch that one to the top of the box, but Selby clears it away. Now coming with a burst of speed, it's Gosselin again. The goal scorer centers one in for Slayton, the one-touch. And it rolls with not enough pace to challenge the goaltender for the Wildcats. Here's a replay. Look how quickly this pressure comes on for Kearsarge. Bolting down the field is Odin Gosselin. And a great pass there, threaded through. But Slayton not able to get a good clean strike on that one. Another 50-50 at midfield. Cougars trying to get this one back as quick as possible. Selby does, and now they're working up the near side. Ryder Salmonfeld forwards that one along. And it runs out of bounds. Brady Donovan did his best to keep that one in, but Fall Mountain come away with a throw-in. Nick Parrott has that one tackled away. Now Slayton pauses, takes a turn, drops one all the way back to the center back, Graham West. And from there, Kearsarge worked their way forward. Almost some excellent passing, but we're going to have a free kick coming up. This one will be brought back a bit. It's going to be Kearsarge's kick. Donovan into the corner now. And it's Slayton. He'll turn, take his time, threading one through to Selby. Challenged by three Wildcat defenders who are able to tackle that one away. Back to midfield it goes. Touched up by the center backs, and now moving along the far side of the field go the Cougars. Aggressive passing time and time again. Kearsarge is just trying to thread one through the last two Wildcat defenders and send one of their speedy strikers on a run. I really like how they're not afraid to drop it all the way back to midfield and let their center back see what's in front of them. They've done that time and time again, like this pass into space for Ryder. He tries to send one into the box. Right now it's Sawyer Slayton. Right foot shot near side, saved, and before sprawling out of bounds, Wildcat goaltender able to bounce that one in. And it's cleared away. What would have been a corner kick ends up a far out throw-in for Kearsarge. And we'll do that again. Odin Gosselin settles that one. 50-50 ball. The Wildcats come away with it. Blasting one down, trying to send their strikers on a run, and it's Gunnar Benedict coming way out of the crease to clear that one back downfield. Excellent touch there by Aiden Belden. You can see just by the way he's running, he is so hungry to score here for Fall Mountain. Good job here by the Kearsarge defense, not bunching up on that play, just trusting that Elliot Ashbury is going to be able to make it, and he does. Clears that one 15 yards down, the Wildcats have to reset. Unable to settle that one, and now the Cougars are coming up the field. Hard contact on that tackle, nothing called there. Much like in the girls' game before this, the referees very lenient on those contact plays, just letting these players carry on for the most part. Something called there, though, as it seems like there might have been a little bit of a push-off as Elliott tried to tackle that ball away. This is just around 40 yards out for the Wildcats. Setting up 6 forwards at the top of the 18. Ian Smith goes down the far side of the field. The lofted free kick comes in, and it's an easy save up in the air for Gunnar Benedict. And now quickly in transition, Kearsarge trying to just blast through the Fall Mountain defense, and maybe here's a chance. No, another easy scoop up for the Wildcat keeper. Pretty incredible punt there, made it around 65 yards down the pitch. But the Kearsarge Cougars win the ball. Turning, dropping it all the way back to the goaltender is Elliott. Gunner's going to play this one to the far side of the field. Andy Zielinski trying to turn and move up. Wildcats, though, all over that part of the pitch. But the Cougars have broken through. Here they come, trying to break into the 18. Ball goes out of bounds. Tyler Metcalf into the game for the first time for Fall Mountain as Zach King, the senior, gets a brief rest. Ball gets thrown in, 50-50. The Cougars have it at their laces, but turn it away immediately. Now their defense will have to play it up the near side. Ryder passes one up the field. Selby with a nice move there. Crosses up Aiden Belden. Kearsarge continuing to press on. That one stolen away clean by Jackson Meir. And Fall Mountain now with some momentum. Along the far side of the field, they'll have to challenge this one. Number 6, Evan Parker, goes down, attempting a tackle. And making his way through the midfielders, that's Andy Zielinski. So much of this game happening in these 20 yards that make up the midfield. Kearsarge has certainly had more chances, but still pretty slim. Lucky to have jumped out in front early in this game, because it seems like it could be just a defensive chiseler of a game. That first goal is so important. The throw comes in. The Cougars are going to try and play this one near the top of the 18. They lose possession. Excellent stuff there again in the midfield to get the ball back for the Cougars. Hard tackle comes in. Tyler Metcalf called with a foul there. Kearsarge will have a free kick. Ryder Salmonfeld, the player tackled, seems to be perfectly fine. Ryder takes a look. Tries to center one into his midfielders. Nothing doing there, but the Kearsarge Cougars collect the clear. Davin Selby tried to go up with it, stolen away by Evan Parker. Fall Mountain still has it, working their way forward. Ryder steals that pass away. Has it dropped back to him before playing it up to Sawyer Slayton. Triple team, Sawyer still has it, keeps it in as well. What a play by Sawyer. Keeping possession amongst the triple team, and now Kearsarge trying to switch the field. Almost successfully get to that far side corner, but it's broken up. Played just about 17 minutes so far, and after the first minute, it's been a pretty quiet game. Really feels like the Cougars' passing has been a step above Fall Mountain so far as they work from the goal line. It's into the center now, a shot high and over the bar. A great chance for Brady Donovan. Just a foot too high. Here's another look at that. Great centering pass going to come in here from Odin Goslin. And then a settle, make some space for that right foot. And then Donovan fired. Pretty similar fashion to how every goal in the girls' game was scored. Centering pass to the top of the 18 and a high shot over the goaltender is how they all ended up going. Fall Mountain trying to play this one through the Kearsarge midfielders, not able to do so cleanly. This one's dropped all the way back to Gunner, who misplays it near the goal line. That could have been catastrophic for Kearsarge. Instead, Gunner is able to grab a hold of the ball. He survives the discord of that previous play. That bobble almost tied up the game. Hard work on the far side of the field. Jackson Meyer able to get the ball forward. Still battling forward here at Fall Mountain as they trudge on. Lucas Dosher into the middle. Gunner picks it up. Confidently rolls one over to Ryder Salmonfeld. Takes a gaze over the field, sends one all the way along into the near side corner for Sawyer. Able to get there in the nick of time for a cross and a header. Oh, and it's nearly a beauty, but it's wide, just right. Look at this. This is Division III high school soccer, but the way this play transpires, the save at the goal line to get this cross in time, and then an absolutely gorgeous header just barely missed. And that was Brady Donovan again. Goal kick coming up here for Fall Mountain. With a brief pause in the play, we'd like to take a moment to thank our wonderful lineup of sponsors for their great support. As this one's still toward the top of the 18, but Fall Mountain get the clear. Those sponsors are Echo Communications, HR Clough, Kearsarge Heating, Barton Insurance, LaValle and Middleton Building Supply, Bubba's Bar and Grill, and additional support from North Cape Design Build. Please do your best to thank them as well, making this game coverage possible. 2 games today for Yankee Cable Network. We came from Newport for a fantastic football match. That was played between Somersworth and Newport. It was a rematch of the Division IV championship game. This one forwarded along, intended for Sawyer Slayton. It goes over the sideline. Kearsarge is going to have a throw. This is within striking distance. They don't take time to set up a play. Instead, it's tossed into Selby. Sets up that left foot. The shot a little bit weak, and now maybe Donovan can't turn and get the right foot on it. Still, within striking distance, just beyond the 18, the Cougars with a shot, and it's a nice save by the Wildcats keeper again. That was Andy Zielinski with the shot there. Good pace, good height to the shot, just in the center of the net. If that was favoring toward one of the left or right posts, it could have certainly been a goal. Really patient job by the Kearsarge offense too. Seemed like they had a couple of looks at the net that just weren't high quality, and they waited and waited, and then finally they were able to open fire. Lucas Dozier loses control. Kearsarge takes it away. Crafty touch attempted there by Mason Christensen, trying to play that one to himself. Not able to control that bouncing pass. Another throw coming up here for the Cougars. Throw comes in, still contested between the two teams. Aiden Belden nearly stole that one away, and instead it's going to be Evan Parker. Steaming up the field, passes one back to Belden. Little give and go. Now up the short side of the field, trying to catch up to it was Troy Tenney. He was unable to, and Kearsarge will have a throw. A little bit of pressure was on there from the Wildcats. And they may not be done just there. Big switch of the field, and it's a 50-50 ball, still airborne here now at midfield. Out of bounds, Kearsarge throw coming up. 17 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the first half. If you haven't watched much high school soccer, don't be confused when in the final minutes of the half the clock stops. The officials keep the official time down there on the field. You'll know when the period is over by 3 whistles. That's an excellent ball. Sawyer Slayton has it inside the crease. The right foot shot, and it's denied by a shin of the keeper. Sawyer Slayton nearly came away with the Kearsarge Cougars' second goal of the game. You could see that that one was just out of the reach of number 10, Tyler Metcalf, but he gets back in on the play, pressuring Slayton. And Slayton's not able to get the best shot off. Still, though, one of the better chances of the game for either team. Now we're going to be headed to the corner, but it's for a throw-in, and Davin Selby's going to take it. He'll throw this one short, and a nice touch back to Selby, who then crosses one in. Back post with the left foot. Kearsarge still trying to play it from over there, and that one is going to be up and through the uprights. Would have made it a 4-0 game, but we're playing the wrong sport. Instead, it's going to be a goal kick. HR Clough Kearsarge Heating has full service offerings of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning systems, along with their Muddy Paws Pet Wash and Auto Bath Car Wash in Kentucky. And as always with the YCN Game of the Week, stay tuned at the very end for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. Nice settle there by Alex Spinney, who's able to get it back to the center back, and Kearsarge switch fields. Dropping it back still, just playing the possession game. Davin Selby takes it and turns, passes over to the near sideline where there's a ton of space open. The center backs and the midfielders for this Kearsarge team are just doing a great job sensing how much space they have, as this one is scooped up by the Fall Mountain netminder. Although Kearsarge would like to just press on relentlessly, they're completely content with being patient. They've definitely had a huge handful more of drop passes so far in this game, and they've shown how quickly they can attack all the way from their center backs. Zielinski over to Selby. Moves inside, passes it right back. Zielinski drags it back. Touches one over to Selby again, who tries to send a lobbing through ball into the far side corner. Maybe another chance here for the Cougars. It's Donovan, defenders in front, tries to get a shot off. No, passes. And it's a good shot, but right into the breadbasket. That was Mason Christensen with the shot. Here's another look at that. Donovan double teamed, excellent job here, dragging that one back, getting the pass over to Christensen, and the left-footed shot just right in the heart of the net. An easy save for Fall Mountain. Long through ball attempted by the Cougars. They come up empty. Now it's a 50-50. Selby battles for the ball along with Evan Parker for Fall Mountain. Those two still jostling. Finally a whistle called as Selby got a bit too aggressive, and it's going to be a Fall Mountain free kick. Free kick is taken, lofted high, 50-50 ball. Fall Mountain generate a shot from it, and Gunner ranges to his left and makes the basket catch. Rolls one shortly to Elliot Asbury. And for now, Kearsarge will play the near side. Ball still alive here as Troy Tenney did a great job there to mix it up. Kearsarge passed the test, switching field, now they've got some space. Zielinski, great touch there. It's up to Donovan, who drops one back to Selby. He was in stride, he'll send one up with his left foot, and now it's Donovan. Has it on his laces, sends a through ball along the far side of the field. Good chance here. Not able to catch up and cross one into the center. Donovan drops back, plays this one to a teammate even farther back. And Kearsarge will take this opportunity to reset. Donovan to Slayton, a little bit of contact on that play. Ball still in bounds here, excellent job. Tyler Metcalf trying to jump into all of these plays for the Fall Mountain defense. Came up empty on that last one. Still controlled by the Cougars. Selby takes a turn. Drops it to his center back. Dangerous touch there. Fall Mountain nearly get a steal. And it'll be a throw-in from the far side. Additional support for the Game of the Week is being provided by North Cape Design Build. And if you'd like to support our programming, you can contact us at ycnnow.com at the bottom of the page. Throw-in gets taken by Kearsarge. Trenton Judkins challenged on that far side. It goes out of bounds, but Kearsarge will have another throw here. 11 minutes to play in the first half. About 11 minutes until sunset as well. And the rest of this game will be played under the lights. Homecoming weekend here at Kearsarge. Fared pretty well in competition to this point. Centering ball in. Fall Mountain take it away. It's going to be another reset here for Kearsarge. Alex Spinney with a nice tackle there. And I believe it's going to be a kick for Fall Mountain. Ian Gould surveying his options. Sends one bending in. Fall Mountain within the 18, a booming shot. That one was blasted by Troy Tenney. It was well off the mark, but that was Fall Mountain's best look of the game. Here's the replay of it. Look at Tenney settle and spin and use the torque from that spin to just fire a shot. But it was off target. Tons of space here on the near side for Kearsarge. They're going to try and send one down. And this should be no panic for Fall Mountain. This Fall Mountain defense, on paper, it's definitely their best asset, and you can kind of see why watching this game. Despite Kearsarge's early goal 60 seconds in, it seems like Fall Mountain has kind of caught on to the game plan for Kearsarge. Fast switches of the field using their midfielders. Fall Mountain has actually dropped a forward back to try and be a little more conservative here defensively. Kearsarge hasn't had the best looks ever since then. Fall Mountain play this one away, but Selby collects it. He'll drag it back, make his way through two Wildcat defenders, and he tries to weave his way through a third. This ball still bouncing along. Fall Mountain cleared away from danger, but only for a brief moment as Kearsarge are pressing once more. That lob pass intended into the box for number 7, Odin Goslin. And the off-balance shot, not enough pace on it to challenge the goaltender again. Fall Mountain trying to come away with their own goal kick. Can't do it. The referees say play on after that contact. Ball gets sent down into the far side of the field. Maybe a chance here for the Cougars again. Trenton Judkins battling on that ball, but it went out of bounds. The referee's taking a moment just to talk with Nick Parrott on the side of Fall Mountain. His last tackle just a little bit too aggressive for the ref's liking. Didn't call any foul on it, no yellow card or anything like that, just giving Parrott a warning. Fall Mountain's clear, hits off their own defender, and we're going to head to the far corner for a kick. Six Cougars surround the goal here as Davin Selby trots over to the corner to set up for the kick. Davin sends one into the center with his left foot. Beautiful header there toward the far corner, still alive and in front, and it goes in. Kearsarge capitalize on the corner. Look at this one, just lofted in so nicely. Elliott gets a head on it. That'll challenge the keeper just enough, and then you could see Braden Rogers for Fall Mountain trying to clear it away. And he wasn't able to clear it at all. Instead, it's going to be Trenton Judkins coming in, scoring the easy goal just 2 feet from the goal line, and he'll take it any way he can. .6:45 to play here in the first half as the sun begins to fade below the trees. Kearsarge after the kick, immediately trying to pressure again, but having none of that is Ian Gould. Now on the far side of the field with a ton of effort, Nick Parrott was on the ball, tackled away. Troy Tenney challenged by Selby, who wins it. He'll switch fields. And now Selby has it back, trying to cut inside, outside. Makes his way through two defenders, challenged by a third. Still strong on the ball comes Selby toward the top of the 18. Not able to break through those final ranks of the Fall Mountain defense. Really good footwork and control here shown by Selby, though. Challenged time after time by defender, and that last touch just flew a little bit too far off his foot. And now it's Nick Parrott again for Fall Mountain, cut off by the Cougars. .5 minutes to play, back and forth in midfield we go. Oh, and some danger here. Odin Gosselin sends one in. Tried to go to the back post. Smiles as he jogs back. He knows just how close he was. Gosselin just had a gift right here. Tried to shoot that across the body as hard as he could. And off the inside of his cleat, that one just bended, kept going left until it went too far and over the goal line. We're in the final 5 minutes now. As you can see, the clock is stopped. The officials will keep time the rest of the way here for the first half. Fall Mountain again failing to break through the Kearsarge midfield. And now attacking at the top of the box is Kearsarge, but that that centering pass deflected off a Wildcat defender and into the hands of their keeper once more. Tackle there by Aiden Belden. He's still pressuring the ball. Kearsarge backpedaling still and switching fields. Great steal away by Belden. Blasts the shot, but it's 5 feet over the crossbar and through the uprights. Pretty impressive though. Aiden Belden's done this twice now, where you can see he steals it away, settles it fast, and he is not afraid to shoot from very far out. That's a 30-yard shot. And it actually deflected off of the cleat of Elliot Asbury, one of the defenders for Kearsarge, and that's what made it go high over the bar. Davenfords went along. Cougars turn, dropping one back briefly. Andy Zielinski tries to send one into the corner. Fall Mountain cut it off. Zach King trying to work up to a teammate. Cougars steal it. Odin Gosselin wanted to send a through ball badly along for a teammate. Hard work on the ball here near the sideline, and it's out of bounds. Fall Mountain's going to have a throw. Kearsarge win the throw-in, but they lose control on a pass, and now Fall Mountain has it. Still contested. Alex Spinney's pass is picked off. Now it's Nick Parrott turning. Trying to keep this moving forward for Fall Mountain, but he can't do so. This one's flicked along further by the Cougars before being lofted back down by the Wildcats. Nick Parrott gives chase, juts into that play, and then can't set his footing, trips over the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Ian Smith contested that one out of bounds. Fall Mountain throw it in. It's Smith again with the throw, intended for Troy Tenney. That one headed away by Kearsarge defender Elliot Ashbury. And now maybe another chance for the Cougars. Mason Christensen into the corner, goes down hard, and is that inside the box? Do we have a penalty kick coming up? It appears to be so. Here's another look at that penalty. Ian Smith in aggressively gets that right leg in between the legs of Mason Christensen. And this is a golden opportunity for Kearsarge to notch another goal in the final minutes of the first half. Christensen ready, chooses his side, blasts one on the ground. On the right side of the net, he pockets it. Capitalizing on the penalty. And Kearsarge now lead Fall Mountain 3-0. Beautiful confident strike there by Christensen. Not trying to snipe that one as close to the post as possible, just trying to make sure he's able to get a quality shot on goal. He knows the goaltender has to be guessing. And right there, the keeper just on his back foot kind of favored the right side of the net. By then it was too late. Into halftime we go. Kearsarge leading 3-0 over Fall Mountain.
As a building supply company, most major brands are available to them. Whether your thoughts lead you to triple glazing with a glass coating, or a brand offering only a glass coating, Lavalley's has the product information. Lavalley's does not knowingly let itself be undersold by anyone, anywhere. Replacement windows are a good idea, but it shouldn't be a reason to overpay. Lavalley's offers financing through the same sources as others. Often, buyers find their financing less costly locally and their business more appreciated. When you hear an offer of no interest or no payments for a year, you can be sure that there's a high price attached. It's a signal that you need to call LaValle Middleton for a competitive price for the same product installed. Call or visit one of our 12 locations or go to lavalles.com. Talk with a project specialist and arrange a visit for measuring and providing a very competitive price.
For children fighting critical illness, it can make the stars align. Because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Help us make every wish come true.
It's great to be back here at Mount Sunapee, the home of the 7th annual Duck Drop, coming up on October 8th. It's a Sunday this year, and we are very excited to host another wonderful event here at Mount Sunapee, our partner. It's just a glorious day, fun for all ages. Joining me now is Rand Hinman, Director of Sales at the Granite Group, Sink and Spout.
Thanks, Amy. It's a real pleasure to be a sponsor of the Duck Drop, the 7th year. We joined the organization the first year and have had a level of sponsorship for every year. This event is just a great day. It's a way to raise a lot of money for the organizations, for the Boys and Girls Club of Central New Hampshire, as well as for Concord. And over the last several years, we've raised over $500,000 for the organization. So for the Granite Group and Sink and Spout, what's important for us is that next generation, that we can help provide local children in the central New Hampshire area a safe environment to go to after school or in the summertime.
What do we do with the fens? We have, let's see here, countless clubs in the Lake Sunapee area, looking at Warner, New London, Andover, even in Sutton, and all the funds raised at this awesome event go towards scholarshiping those kids into our programs. So the Boys and Girls Club is a program that focuses a lot on elementary school and up children. And some of our sites, we actually serve kids as young as 6 weeks old. It's an after-school program. We also offer summer camps and daily after-school programs as well. When the kids first get to the Boys and Girls Club, they're welcomed in by the staff. Then we have a quick little snack time where we feed all the kids a nice, healthy, nutritious snack. We'll sit them all down, we'll do some homework, and then we'll break off and we'll do structured activities, ranging from arts and crafts to gym games to fun activities outside as well. If anybody's interested in learning more about the Boys and Girls Club, they can always stop in at any one of our clubs to learn more, or they can check us out online.
To be able to learn, to be able to build their skills, and more importantly for us, we're a local company in Concord, New Hampshire. And what's really important for us is to be able to develop good workforce, right? And by this effort, we think that the future is in helping these children become successful in life.
And on behalf of the Boys and Girls Club of Central New Hampshire, I just want to thank North Cape Design and their team, along with Mount Sunapee, for hosting this great event yet again. And if you haven't been, bring your family. It's for all ages, and it's one of the most fun and unique events we do. And I encourage you to join us this year. And again, if you haven't been to this event, I say it's unique because it truly is. When you hear of a duck drop, you think you're dropping the duck in the water in the river and you pick a winner at the end. That is not the case here. At the Sunapee Duck Drop, we ride the lift up the mountain and you drop your duck on targets, up to 24 targets. And at the end, we draw winners out of those, whoever's the closest. You could win anything from $500 cash to getaways to Lego packages. So it's fun for all the family. Make sure you bring everyone, enjoy a good time, age toddler and up. Duck Drop.
So tell us more, Rand, about your company and what you provide.
So the Granite Group is a company that's located 6 Store Street. We're a 150-year-old company. We have 15 Bass showrooms throughout New England, and we have 57 wholesale locations. We sell plumbing, heating, cooling products to contractors, builders, homeowners, and to commercial accounts as well too, like Mount Centipede. We employ over 675 employees, and our 15 showrooms located throughout New England are really a resource for consumers and homeowners to come visit us to learn more about their products and really to select the right products. Today there's a lot of options to be able to go to purchase products, whether it be from the internet or the big box stores. But for us, having local showrooms where consumers can come with their builder or plumbing contractor to make product selections is the best way to do for customers to be able to select the right products. I want to thank North Cape. I want to thank Amy and Brett for 7 years of putting this event together to be able to raise funds. And for us at the Granite Group to be able to partner with a good customer of ours to really help to booster this event is really meaningful for us as an organization.
Thank you so much, Rand. It's a pleasure to work with you year after year on this event. And again, if your company would love to be involved in this incredible event, check out the website. It has all the information there, and get in touch with me and we'll get you all set up and a part of our wonderful event. And just a reminder all, the event is coming up on October 8th, Sunday. It's going to be a glorious weekend. Check out our website at www.nhduckdrop.com for all the most up-to-date information on all the awesome prizes that our sponsors will be putting together and to purchase your ducks. Hope to see you soon.
And welcome back, folks. Berkeley Stevens here with YCN coverage of boys varsity soccer in Sutton, New Hampshire. Fall Mountain has come into town to challenge the Cougars, and right now it's the Cougars on top, 3-0 at half. The most recent goal scored by number 33, Mason Christensen. That came off of a penalty kick. Christensen took the chance, didn't miss, went to the right side post and pocketed that one and low to the ground. Second goal of the game was scored by number 24, Trenton Judkins. He was in close. There was a loose rebound just a couple feet in front of the goal, and Trenton was able to capitalize on that chance as well. First goal of the game came just 60 seconds in. Odin Gosselin received a beautiful centering pass by Sawyer Slayton. And Kearsarge has just had incredible short passing all game long. They've moved the ball from their center backs up to their forwards seamlessly much of the time. Great work done in the midfield by Davin Selby, as well as on defense by Andy Zielinski. Kearsarge is going to take the kick here. 40 minutes thrown back up on the scoreboard, and we are ready to go. Kickoff gets dropped all the way back to Selby. They'll play it to the far side of the field. Now the Kearsarge center back cycle it toward the near side, and they'll play it up further. Fall Mountain pressuring. Kearsarge reading the pressure well, though. Switch the fields. They've bought themselves a little bit of space as they continue to just touch this one forward. Selby with a nice through ball, but a little bit too much speed, and it runs out of reach for Odin Gosselin, and it's scooped up by the goaltender. Just last night, YCN was at Fall Mountain for their football game against Kingswood. Fall Mountain was able to shut out Kingswood. And nearly scoring here. As I'm talking about football, they have their best shot of the game, but it's saved by Gunnar Benedict. Into the corner we go. Score of that football game was 20-0. The Wildcats were able to shut out Kingswood. Senior Aiden Belden goes over to the near side corner. 6 Wildcats roaming around the top of the box, waiting for the corner to come in. And it's whistled in on the ground, still dangerously out front, and Tenney laces one in. Lower right side, he fired that with the left foot, and now it's a 3-1 game. That was an excellent strike there by Troy Tenney. Watch the replay, starting at the corner kick. You don't see this too much, where they fire in a corner low to the ground. And it causes a ton of chaos. The ball just bouncing around loosely, and Tenney in the perfect spot to send one near the bottom right corner with that left foot. And that's just the kind of start to the half that Fall Mountain was hoping for, cutting into that 3-0 deficit early. Scoring within the first 90 seconds. Luke Dosher to Nick Parrott. That one turned away. Andy Zielinski got the steal, and he goes down here. Zielinski shaken up on the play, grabs that right leg of his. And he's able to stand up. And that's what shin guards are for. Referee's allowing him to take some time though. Hard contact on that tackle is going to result in a Cougars free kick. High flying clear by Fall Mountain. Headed back toward midfield by Kearsarge, collected by the Wildcats. And this one runs out of bounds. Kearsarge will have the throw from the far side. Both halves of this game starting with an early goal. 1 minute into half number one, Kearsarge struck first, and then Fall Mountain here drew up a nice game plan, pressured well, and then had an excellent corner kick. Aiden Belden with a nice low corner, resulting in a rebound and a goal by Troy Tenney. Kearsarge throws it to their center back. Trying for some fancy tic-tac-toe passing. They come up empty, and now it's Aiden Belden forwarding one into the corner. Intended for Nick Parrott. He can't get to the ball first. Instead, it's going to be Elliot Asbury to play it. Kearsarge having a bit of difficulty breaking out of their own end. Hard shot there, taken by Belden. Low into the left side, but an easy save for Gunner. As he rolls one onto the near side, and with one touch passing, Kearsarge has made their way beyond midfield, but now they'll have to challenge here. Fall Mountain has won the ball back. It's Nick Parrott. It's turned away. Davin Selby forwards one along to Donovan. Sends one even further for Gosselin. He can't catch up. And once again, the Fall Mountain goalie comes out of the crease. Picks that one up easily. Luke Dosher trying to lob a pass down for Jackson Meir. It goes out of bounds. And I believe it's going to be a Kearsarge throw here, which is going to fool every player who is starting to move back toward the Kearsarge end. But Jacob Messer will happily pick this one up and chuck it in toward midfield. Elliot Asbury drops one back. Now it's Ryder Salmonfeld under pressure, gets that pass off. Graham West, nice footwork to get by Nick Parrott. Kearsarge inching their way up this field. Selby settles the pass into the far side corner for Sawyer. Trying to turn and set up that right foot for a cross. Double teamed and tackled. The ball stolen away, that time by Evan Parker. Long pass intended for Tenney. Hard contact on that play. Wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a card. As the referees come toward the play here, Tenney gets called over by the near side official, and I believe it is going to be a yellow card for Tenney. So the Fall Mountain goal scorer, who has lightning in that left foot, now in some trouble. he'll have to play the remainder of the game cautiously. And right now he'll head to the bench for a rest as we have Tyler Metcalf checking back into the game. And now Kearsarge playing this one up the near side. Noah Rubenberg forwards one along into the corner for Odin Gosselin. He's able to turn and keep this one in bounds. Bounce one off a Wildcat, and Kearsarge will head to the corner. I love that play by Odin too, just seeing the defender right in front of him, bouncing it off his shins, and Kearsarge is so good from these corner kicks. That's an ideal play from where he was at. I believe this is Donovan taking the corner. There's 5 Cougars inside, 2 on the back post. And it's a short pass here, 1 touch, trying to set up Donovan in the top of the box. He'll try and thread one through, but the Fall Mountain defense is able to squelch that attempt. And now it's going to be a throw in here from about 30 yards out. We'll see if Kearsarge are able to strike from here. Jacob Messer to take the throw. Passes one in short and get it right back. Fires a pass toward the center of the field, and the Cougars will switch it. Some loose control there when the ball's taken away, but Kearsarge get it right back. Forwards and backwards, backwards and forwards. So confident in their drop passing. And now it's going to result in a cross, far side of the field. Maybe a chance here, left foot strike, and it's deflected by a defender, and it couldn't be kept in. This will be another Kearsarge corner kick, however. Brady Donovan gets ready to take it. Same sort of setup here for Kearsarge. They've got Davin Selby on the back post. Ryder screening the goaltender right now, almost like a hockey play. Donovan sends this one into the back post. Selby's going to be able to get this with a little bit of time. Now he's under some pressure, triple teamed. He'll try and send one back toward the center. It's still loose, it's still being battled for by Kearsarge. And this clustered defense by the Fall Mountain Wildcats comes away with the ball, briefly breaking up the play. Aiden Belden attempting a tackle, trips up Elliot Asbury, and now it's going to be a free kick just beyond the 18. This is around a 24-yard kick. And this is certainly scoreable. Elliot Asbury and Davin Selby talking about this kick coming up. Right now it looks like Davin is setting up to take it, and he will fire one on with the left foot. Diving save and a rebound, still loose toward the top of the 18. Selby again fires one, and it's wide left. Here's another look at that last play. Some fast-paced action as that one is wheeled back for the Selby shot, and an excellent stop made there. And Selby finds himself in the right spot again. That time had to shoot with his right foot, not his favored foot. Couldn't get it on target. Excellent touch to Donovan. His shot is blocked. Now this one airborne toward the top of the 18. Fall Mountain swarming this one. They're all around it. They should be able to get some control. That clear was blocked. It'll be picked up by the keeper. And now Fall Mountain can breathe a sigh of relief, as there's been a number of shots on their goal in the last 90 seconds. That punt was cut off though. Great job there by Aiden Belden to get that back. And there will be a foul called on that last play, and the Fall Mountain free kick coming up. Barton Insurance Agency supports you and your community. And of Barton Insurance says that one size fits all just doesn't apply to insurance, which is why every plan is customized to your insurance needs. As the free kick is taken down, still a 50-50 here as Belden turns and fires another shot. That one off target as well, but Belden's ability to just shoot so quickly when it seems like the ball is not in his control has been impressive all game. I'm a bit surprised to see him playing center midfield. It seems like he would be the perfect striker for this team just with how he can get shots off so fast. Now he chases after the ball, and it looks like he's going to win this one away, turning toward the far sideline and forwarding it along to Nick Parrott. His touch intended for a teammate is stolen away by Ryder. As Ryder still crashing through the play, has possession here. Some momentum, blasts one into the box. And it'll be no contest here by the keeper, and a goal kick coming up. Lucas Dozier right now is down in midfield for Fall Mountain. He doesn't seem to be in agony, just doesn't want to get up to his feet just yet. Actually being helped out by a couple Kearsarge players. Fall Mountain coach comes out to check on him. He pops up to his feet. And it seems like he'll be able to walk off the field under his own accord. Round of applause for the away player by the home crowd. Good sign of sportsmanship. 27 minutes to play here in this contest. Kearsarge still leading over Fall Mountain 3-1. Ian Gould's goal kick goes toward midfield. Davin Selby with the left foot tries to send one through for teammate Noah Rubenberg, but Selby's back on the ball. Now to the corner for Rubenberg again. His shot is blocked. Still in control for Kearsarge for the moment. Played backwards using their space, and that pass just a little bit errant, and Fall Mountain will have a throw. And now it'll be a Kearsarge throw right at midfield. Out of bounds it goes again. The clear off the sole of the cleat, didn't have a lot of power on it. Davin Selby tries to fire a shot through. Now it's going to be Brady Donovan. He'll send one backwards to Elliot Asbury. And the Wildcats crashing into the play, trying to break it up. It's still Asbury on the ball. Far side of the field, on the perimeter of the 18. It'll be a Kearsarge throw. One of our underwriters today is Bubba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor. With over 16 years of providing hungry patrons with high-quality food and friendly service, their mission is to deliver a remarkable experience to every guest. A couple of substitutions coming in here as we get ready for this throw on the far side of the field. Tossed in, intended for Selby. Ball still loose. The Wildcats and Cougars race to it. And it's still contested, but the Cougars come away, faking a shot, going to the center to Donovan, but not close enough to where he can strike. And now Kearsarge drop it all the way back to find the space to play into. Taking their time with it. They know they have a lead. They don't have to press these attacks as fast as possible. But they're certainly still working quickly. Look at this one-touch passing into the corner they go. Odin Goslin contested there. It'll go out of bounds. And another Kearsarge throw coming up. And it'll be Selby to take this one. He'll try and fire it all the way into the center of the 18. The headers are whiffed, a brief clear here, but it doesn't get far. Still in dangerous territory. Goes over the sideline, another Kearsarge throw coming up. Graham West has shot from far out, high and wide. Graham gets a high five by Ryder as the two center backs know that they don't get the most shots. Anyone they get puts a smile on their face. 23 minutes to play here in the second half as we get ready for the Fall Mountain goal kick. Still in the air, Fall Mountain controls the 50-50 finally, and Aiden Belton makes his way up the field, challenged by Selby. The two look like clones of each other in the midfield. Number 7 in white, number 10 in blue. The same type of player archetype. It's been fun to see them battle back and forth. Kearsarge has controlled the midfield, but you can tell just how hard Aiden Belton's been working all game long for the Wildcats. That throw headed out of bounds. Kearsarge will get possession as a result. Play ball in the midfield here for Evan Parker, trying to forward one along to Nick Parrott. That play broken up. Still on the ball though are the Wildcats. Tyler Metcalf tries to crash through. Nick Parrott racing to the ball, goes down on the tackle. Nothing called there. Lofted pass headed toward Kearsarge territory, gets collected by their center backs. Slide tackle to break up the play by the Wildcats, comes up empty. Kearsarge get a through ball from it. Mason Christensen trying to hunt after that ball. And a whistle is called here. Just to mention that it wasn't a Kearsarge throw. That's what the players had wrong. It said Fall Mountain's going to take it from their own end. Jackson Muir heads to the bench for a rest as we've got Lucas Dosher checking back in, which is a good sign. He was the player that was banged up a little bit earlier in this half. Seems like he's back out there full strength now. A lot of passing back to their defense for Kearsarge this half, just playing their lead, trying to possess as long as possible. Limit the mistakes they make. Now it's Aiden Belton. He touches one along to Nick Parrott. Davin Selby settles that one with his chest down to his feet, and now Cougars can play it forward. Sawyer Slayton with a burst of speed along the far side. Play broken up. Slayton able to keep it in bounds, though. Centering pass And it runs just out of everyone's reach. Selby's going to race to this, keep it in play. Someone back into the box immediately. Follow-up chance here. Christensen not able to get that on target. Still playable though. Far side of the field now. Sent back into the middle and just out of the reach of Gosselin, who nearly had that left foot lunging to it. Take another look at number 7 here. Middle of your screen, almost got that touch. I bet if any part of his foot was able to get on that, it would be a 4-1 game. Great steal away by Donovan, but he has it taken away by Belden. Ryder Salmonfeld forwards it along still. Davin Selby called for a handball here as that one came up off the foot of Lucas Dosher. Straight into the arm of Selby. Fall Mountain to take this kick here with 18 minutes left in the game. Down by only 2. Still in the cards for them to erase this deficit. Free kick comes out, headed back down the field by Selby. Fall Mountain gather it, trying to move forward again. Hard check on the ball there, nothing called there. Still playing on the far sideline. Kearsarge is pressing hard. Christensen goes down on the tackle but pops up to his feet. Fall Mountain moving forward here. Excellent ball. Down the field comes Gosselin. He's challenged. The slide tackle comes in cleanly by Ian Smith to break up that play. And then Smith wastes no time kicking that over the sideline, resulting in a Kearsarge throw coming up. Brady Donovan gets a rest here as into the game comes Elias Cooper for the first time. And he looms around the top of the box here as the Davin Selby throw is played right back to him. He'll cross one in with that left foot. Getting ahead on it and ahead still. This ball is loose inside the box. Maybe a chance still for Kearsarge. They've got to settle this in turn if they want to fire a shot off, but right now Fall Mountain is just defending well. Great job by the Wildcats to keep that ball in front of them the whole time as the following throw comes in, still on the far side of the field. Nice aggressive goaltending there, not allowing a back post header to be possible. And a fast punt down toward midfield. Nick Parrott tried to head that one along to himself, but the Cougars take away his chance. Parrott, though, still on the ball, battling for it. No, this is Zach King on it, challenging Gosselin. Gosselin comes away with it. Selby up to Cooper. And now across to Gosselin, trying to chip one forward still. Kearsarge having to backpedal a little bit to go forward. The ball runs out of bounds. Nice 30-yard throw comes in for the Wildcats as they try and get this offense going. It's up in the air for a 50-50. Touched and settled down by Lennon Dosher. Now the Wildcats trying to strike from just beyond the 18. Good block of the shot there by the Kearsarge defense. Gosselin not able to get through Belden, who defends him well. This one forwarded, intended for Metcalf. Kearsarge break it up. Once again, back and forth, trading of possession here at midfield. Fall Mountain getting to that point in the game where they have to scramble their offense if they want to erase this deficit in what time remains, just 14 and a half minutes to get 2 goals. Metcalf drops one back. Kearsarge get the steal. Selby tries to send Gosselin on a run. And the ball gets nearly kept in by Fall Mountain, but it does go over the sideline. Kearsarge will have a throw just shy of midfield. Center backs switching the field, playing it up here. Wildcats converging on this one, trying to get a clean turnover. Instead, they boot it back down Kearsarge's way. Graham West steals that lob pass away, turns and passes one softly back to his center back. Now it's up the field again. Andy Zielinski, his pass picked off, and Kearsarge will reset again. 13 minutes to play, near side of the field the Cougars are attacking. Gosselin has it on his laces. Still has it here, trying to get through the Fall Mountain defense. Ian Smith breaks up that play. Andy Zielinski still moving forward. Passes one to Selby. He can set up that left foot here. Booms a shot, and it's a diving save. Deflected out of bounds. Kearsarge will head to the corner. Excellent pass here into the center to find Selby. Good job there by Zielinski. Gets it right on his strong foot, that left foot of his. So good at striking the ball there. Put on a true shot in the bottom left corner, but a nice save by Fall Mountain. Two attackers on the back post. The corner kick comes in. No clean touch on it. It runs to the far side of the field, but stays playable here for Kearsarge. They'll try and send one right back into the box for Selby. The rebound still loose. Now it's Zielinski on the ball for Kearsarge. Has it between his feet. Can't come away with it cleanly. Kearsarge still possess it now. And they'll try and move through. At the top of the 18, firing a shot, and it's in. What a goal! Excellent stuff there. Shown by the Kearsarge Cougars, who jump out in front 4-1 now with 11 and a half minutes to play. Here's another look at this one. Off balance across the body, right foot shot by Elliot Asbury. Gets Kearsarge all the insurance they should need. A 4-1 lead in the final 12 minutes. Should be something they can comfortably hold on to. And Elliott too, not your typical goal scorer for Kearsarge. Plays defense almost exclusively, but on that play he found himself far forward inside the 18 with a chance. And you wouldn't be able to tell he's a defender by the way he shot that across his body far side, but what a beautiful strike it was. Zielinski's gonna drop this one back to Ashbury. That one's actually gonna be stolen away. Nick Parrott tripped up on the play, foul called, free kick coming up for Fall Mountain. Asbury helps him to his feet. And now the defense sets up a wall just on top of the 18. This from about 25 yards out for Fall Mountain. A good chance here, Ian Gould to take this kick. could be scoreable here for Gould. The senior trying to take this free kick strong. Everyone on the Wildcats setting up on that left post. Shot comes in, it's below the bar, punched aside by Gunner. Still playable here, but booted toward the corner. And it will be a Fall Mountain throw. Excellent stop there by Gunner to get that one toward the sideline. Still though, Fall Mountain has it, trying to settle it here as Lucas Dosher still has it, but it's chaotically bouncing around at his feet. Now it's a 50-50 toward the far side of the field. That will run out of bounds and result, and I believe, a Kearsarge throw-in. Nine and a half minutes left as some substitutes come in. Cougars challenging this play at midfield, sending a through ball. No strikers are able to make a run on that one. Fall Mountain boot it back down. Selby settles it with his chest. Tried to play that one up for Will, but nothing doing there. Here comes Will on the near side of the field. His pass for his striker got picked off, and now it's a battle in midfield again. Some hard contact there as a whistle is blown. See who takes this upcoming free kick. A yellow card gets dished out for that play. I believe it's going to be on Aiden Belden. As far as some of the tackles that have happened this game, I think that's a relatively weak one to give Belden a card on. Still though, Kearsarge will take this free kick from right around midfield. Blake Radko's free kick sent into the box, headed away by a Wildcat defender. Cougars trying to settle it, but they can't quite do it. Wildcats fumbling around here. Kearsarge take advantage. They've got possession at the top of the box. Will whiffs his shot, but Davin comes over to try and take control, and it's over the sideline again. Kearsarge is going to have a throw. Selby centers one in. Maybe a shot here for Zielinski. That one blocked. And the bench makes the save. High fives all around. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in this game, being decided right now by 3 goals. Kearsarge has another throw. Sent into the box. Still airborne here. Kearsarge defense comes up to play this one. Plenty of time. Liam Zielinski forwards it along, and now it's Davin Selby. Shoulders his way into the 18. Slide tackle trips him up, no whistle there. And it's out of bounds again for a throw-in. Graham West gets his first rest of the game, likely for the rest of the game. Will has it outside the 18, his shot blocked. Should be a goal kick coming up here. More substitutes coming in for the Cougars and Wildcats. This will likely get Kearsarge back into the win column after losing their last 2 games. A close one to Guilford, and before that they were shut out by a good Mascoma team, 3-0. Kearsarge still has some playoff hopes. This could build some momentum in the latter half of the regular season. As we get into October, the weight of all of these games grows more and more. Nice passing here by Fall Mountain, but that extra touch gets broken up. It's still going to be their ball, though. They're going to have a throw-in just inside their own half. We're in the final 5 minutes now. Ian Smith whirls one into his forwards. Kearsarge struggling to clear this one. And it's going to be another throw-in from around the same area. Make sure you stick around for the end of this one for the HR Clough. Kearsarge Heating turning up the heat player of the game. Coming up just after the final whistle. Ball goes out of bounds again. Kearsarge will have a throw. And after 75 minutes of hard work, Davin Selby goes to the sideline as he's subbed out for the first time. Donovan's back into the game to play center mid for him. Good steal there, trying to send a through ball along. Blake Kryko just couldn't quite keep that one in his control. And now Fall Mountain trying to work quickly, making their way down the field. That tackle could have been a foul, but Fall Mountain had possession. Kept it still at the end of the corner. Played up by the Cougars. Donovan has it, good control, kept that one near himself the whole way. Will down into the corner for Quinn Cusick. And it's out of bounds over the sideline. Final minute now of play here. Maybe Donovan here has his shot blocked. Fall Mountain aggressively kicked that one back downfield and out of bounds. Aiden Belton sends Troy Tenney. He'll have to turn with it. Gets a through ball back on his feet. Could have a shot here inside the 18. He's tripped up. That'll certainly be a penalty kick coming up. It won't have too much of an impact just in the final seconds of this one. What a chance for Tenney to get his second goal of the game. In a 4-1 game in the final seconds, goaltender Gunnar Benedict is playing on house money right now, but he would love to save this one. Shot comes in, it's wide left of the net, no good. And Tenney not able to score two this game. Goal kick coming up for the Cougars as they retrieve that ball near the woods. Excellent game by Kearsarge. Really great short passing, not trying to get too brazen and aggressive with long passing like we kind of saw Fall Mountain doing in the first half. That style of passing just results in a lot of 50-50s, and Kearsarge did a great job winning most of those today. Goal kick gets sent down the near side of the field. On the ball here for the Cougars is Quinn Cusick. He'll take the throw. No, he will not. The final whistle blows, and Kearsarge beat Fall Mountain 4-1. Now it's time for your HR Clough Kearsarge Heating, turning up the heat player of the game. And it's tough to choose just one in a contest like this where scoring came from just about everywhere, but I'm going to have to give it to Odin Gosselin for the Cougars. He scored the opening goal of the game just 60 seconds in and had a stellar performance from there on out. Thanks for watching the Game of the Week here. I've been Berkeley Stevens, and we'll see you on the next one.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. Main Street Bookends of Warner, for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record. YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, with 12 retail lumberyard locations in New England and celebrating 60 years of serving you with quality products and friendly service. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Martin Insurance Agency, with quality and competitive solutions for auto, home, business, and life insurance. The Innertown Record, your hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region. Additional support is provided by North Cape Design Build.
Welcome back to Your Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. The Kearsarge Regional Middle School was one of 4 rural schools selected to participate in a 2-year pilot called Take Flight to promote STEM lessons to students. Drones were intentionally selected as the tool because they're engaging and relevant to many careers. Beginning in January of 2023, 18 students participated in lessons created to promote STEM to all students, but with a particular focus on engaging girls. KRMS is the proud recipient of a Robotics Education Development Program grant from the New Hampshire Department of Education. Recently, our Laura James got to visit the workshop at the school.
Thanks so much, Abby. You are really keeping up with technology. Tell us why we're here and what we're doing today.
So last year, Chris Garrity, who's a assistant principal at the high school, had reached out to this company called CAST. They do universal design for learning, which is firm goals, flexible means, like having students not have barriers to their learning. And he was just looking for some samples of things to do, and the person said, you should apply for this drone program, and he sent me the information. And so what they were looking for were schools in rural New Hampshire that would promote STEM, specifically drones, to all students, but with the caveat of females, getting them more interested at the middle school level in STEM careers.
When I was a student in middle school and high school, there was a traditional one way of learning and one way of teaching. And if you didn't fit into that little box, then you were often felt less than because we all think differently about math, language, art, science, social studies. And I was one of those ladies. And so UDL is what we refer to it. UDL, Universal Design for Learning, is what we have adopted, and we are using it across the district. And it is teaching students how they best learn in their own learning style.
You know, we just did interviews about competency-based education, and that's really what Kearsarge is using. This must tie in, right, Mrs. Prudowski?
It does. So what we're looking for students to do is understand science principles and math principles, but applying it using the drone. So how much weight can it carry? Where does it have to go? How do you cover this field? And so the kids get to apply it right away. And then they find out they actually don't know the math or the science behind it until they try to apply it. And that allows them to kind of go back and think about their actual book work or their study works, because they get to apply it in something that's really engaging and really innovative.
You know, and I keep looking to my left because we have two wonderful 8th graders with us who've been doing this now for a year. It looks like a mini little helicopter. Tell us about it.
So this is one of the drones that we've been working with for the past year now, and we've learned about airspace and how to control them really well. Some of us have learned to flip them over and do really cool tricks with them.
Now, we're in a relatively small space. Is it hard to maneuver them here?
It definitely is, but once you get enough practice with maneuvering them with the toggles, it will get easier.
So you're working with the drone as well. So when you have to maneuver these around the room, how is that done?
Well, I found when we started, we were in this smaller space, so I was able to get an idea for moving around especially with these poles in the way. And then eventually we moved out into the bigger library out there, and everything got a lot easier. So first you want to take the actual drone, and on the bottom there's this little kind of gel plastic power button, and you want to hold that down until it turns red. And you'll see everything kind of lights up. So you set the drone far enough away from you that you won't get attacked.
When you fly, how are you thinking about what's below you? What are you thinking as you are the drone pilot?
While I'm flying the drone, I usually am thinking about what's in front of it and which way it's turning, because if the drone is facing you and you pull the joystick away from you, it will come towards you, which wouldn't exactly be good. But when you're trying to go through a bunch of things that are like near the ground and like chairs that are out in the library, you will eventually like be able to like zigzag around them, go under them, over them.
Go under them. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. Wow, I'm looking at this pole thing. Wow, mm-hmm. that would be quite the obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
So.
As part of the curriculum, what we were charged to do was let the students see career opportunities, so there were specific tasks.
So at one point we tied paper lungs to the drones. We were delivering them to hospitals for transplants and stuff like that.
Yeah, drones are already doing that. They've already done that. And so the students watched a video about it, and then we tried to simulate what it would take for talent and skill to learn to do that as a career.
So absolute goosebumps. I could picture this flooded area, and you were really flying right to the rooftops.
Yes, could be very stressful in real-life situations.
Yeah, really important. And Jack, airspace, right? Airspace. You were in each other's airspace.
Yes, airspace was a big thing last year, where we specified that one of us would fly in a lower airspace and one in a higher, so that we could never hit each other.
Thank you, Abby. This has been awesome. Back to you.
Wow, a great way to learn. As part of this $13,000 grant, KRMS will be creating a drone club, which will meet during the Markers Place sessions on Thursdays in KRMS's library and the STEM lab. Keep tuned to YCN, your local view, after this message from another supporter of your Yankee Chronicle.
Some say e-cigarettes aren't dangerous.
But science shows nicotine can harm teens' developing brains.
No matter how they're exposed.
Let's do an experiment to find out.
Here's a teen who won't be using e-cigarettes.
Now we need one willing to risk their brain development.
Care to volunteer your kid?
Well, welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Laura James, and joined by a very special guest, Superintendent Winfred Fennenberg.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's the start of the school year. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
it comes quickly over the summer.
It really does.
Yeah.
So you've been busy.
Yeah, we have been busy. We had another good opening of schools, and actually before the students came back, we worked a lot with our teachers. We had a number of professional development days. I should even go back further. This spring and this summer, we were able to hire all the teachers that we needed, and we had quite some turnover due to retirements and people moving away or finding other jobs in their careers. So we had over 25 openings for teachers.
Superintendent, that's an accomplishment from what I understand. It's not been easy.
It has become more difficult to recruit teachers. It's a challenging job, and it's really a difficult job to enter the profession in. But we were able to hire over 25 teachers. We are working very hard to support them and to onboard them, to welcome them to the district.
Perfect.
We still have openings for paraprofessionals and paraeducators.
Can you tell our listeners and viewers exactly what is a paraeducator, a paraprofessional?
Well, paraeducators are there to help students primarily, to work with them, oftentimes with special needs students, to support them in their classwork, help them with accommodations that they need, primarily in special education, but also we have Title I and other programs where paraeducators work and support the teacher and the students.
And Superintendent, as you know, I'm a retired teacher from this wonderful district, and the paraeducators were so important and so significant. So if people are interested, how can they, very quickly, how can they get in touch with the district?
They can look at the district's website, or they can call the district or any of the schools. We will recruit everywhere and anybody that we can find. So we do have openings there. Obviously, bus drivers has been a shortage across the state and across the nation. We are not exempt from that. So the bus company that we contract with, they still need drivers. We had to shorten the offerings of different routes. So we had over 20 routes for kids to be collected in a big district that we are. Now we're down to 15.
But you're making it work?
We're making it work, and I have to say our parents and the kids are very understanding.
It's a great community. They understand, and they're working with it. Now, I have to tell you, you've carried on a wonderful tradition. And can you tell everyone about that? It's the Word of the Year.
Oh, the Word of the Year, yes.
Yeah, what is it? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, this is one of the special things that the superintendent in Kearsarge has the privilege of selecting every year. And quite frankly, it's always something that starting in February, March, April, I'm starting to think about what's the word.
For 9 years you've been doing this,
yes. And we want to, I want to have a meaningful word that supports our mission, our vision, and the strategic goals that we have. So, we had a number of different words. My first one was joy, and that I think was that hit the mark.
Yes, it did.
About 9 years ago. And this year's is courage. And, it was a deliberate choice because in my sense, it takes courage to be a teacher this day and age. It takes courage to stand in front of kids, to educate them, to represent what we think education is. It's part of the common good. It's something that was created in this country as a service to the citizens and to the youngest citizens that we have, really with the purpose of making them into good members of our communities.
Right. And courage on behalf of the parents and the students, this post-COVID time has been challenging.
Yeah, it has been challenging. But, we have wonderful teachers that we could hire, and certainly our kids are great citizens here, and I think it takes courage to be a student even this day and age. There's so many distractions, there's so many things that can interfere with education.
Right.
And so I want to put that word out and have courage, show courage, stand up for those that need your help.
Yeah,
and become a teacher.
That's right, exactly.
Possible.
If you're so inclined, a second career too. Yeah. Now, something very near and dear to my heart, preschool.
Yes, preschool.
Do we have a new preschool?
Yeah, we do have. This was one of my biggest goals when I started here, to really look at our early education programs. We always had James House. We had the early education program here at New London. But it was always a long trip for people from Bradford, from Warner, even from Newbury or Springfield to come here and give their kids that early program and the help that they need in the 3 and 4 year old range.
And you have an open house coming up, I understand?
Yes, we do. But let me tell you about the preschool in Bradford is really meant for the southern part of the district. And it will cut down on trips for parents.
It's perfect, especially with the busing situation.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. And so we have a grand opening the 20th of September at 3:30. We invite the public to come. And the other thing is we were able to use COVID money and the federal grant money that we got into the district to use that to construct it. And so the cost to the taxpayer was minimal, and we utilized our federal funds to create that second option for preschool kids.
Superintendent Fenneberg, here's the problem I have. We're running out of time, but what I need to say is, we're grateful for your service. Award-winning superintendent. You have served, and I know it's not about you, but you've served our community so beautifully, and we certainly are so glad to have you at the helm.
Much work to be left.
That's true.
Thank you very much.
We all know ticks suck blood, but even a tiny tick can make you super sick. When you're outdoors, wear protective clothing and an EPA-registered insect repellent. And remember to check for ticks everywhere. Go to ticksuck.org for more information. Ticksuck.org.
Well, welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I have a very big title for you coming. Speaking of Chris Garrity, who is the assistant principal at the Kearsarge Regional School District High School. Did I get all that correct?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Oh, well, congratulations. I know this is, your third year in that position?
Third year as assistant principal. I've been at the school for 19 years altogether, so 16 years in the classroom.
Well,
and new role last couple of years.
You know what? I was so excited to speak with you because, Abby, my son, all the 30-somethings who remember you as their teacher.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, American government.
I know. And really, what a wonderful teacher you were when you're beloved and remembered fondly by grown adults. That's a good thing. But that also brings up my first point: institutional history.
Yes.
You have a lot of it.
Yep. So I've been at the high school for 19 years. We've gone through a lot of changes over the years. But most importantly, in the last several years, we've really gotten our feet under ourselves about competency-based education and really developing the curriculum and instructional methods to support that shift.
Perfect.
Competencies have been a topic in the state of New Hampshire for quite a while, but I feel like Kearsarge is now in a really good spot to see competency-based education impacting what we're actually doing day to day with our students.
Okay, we're going to circle back around to that, but I want to start with the culture and the environment.
Yep.
Have you seen a shift or a change? I mean, you went through a very big thing with, COVID.
Yes. So post-COVID, it's been a difficult transition back, but the last 2 years, students are, reacclimating to the classroom. Teachers are shifting instructional practices and assessment to kind of meet the needs of our students where they are. And competency-based education, to be perfectly honest, helps that with that system process.
So competency-based education and curriculum, can you explain that in lay terms?
Yes. So essentially, competency-based ed means that you have a system that's developed to identify specific skills and knowledge that we're trying to help our students develop and then be able to transfer and apply in real-world situations. So we're looking at multiple opportunities for students to demonstrate their growth, more creative approaches to assessment, and engaging students in ways that don't meet the traditional idea of a classroom.
Okay, so when we grew up, it was A, B, C, D, and the dreaded F, right?
Yep.
But competency-based, is it what it implies? So I have a skill, and once I demonstrate that I've learned that, I can continue?
That's the goal, yeah. So we're looking to find benchmarks, and really the language you would hear teachers talking about with students is learning targets. So within each class, you have a competency that identifies the skills and knowledge that you're trying to develop. Within each competency, you're going to have some learning targets that give specific benchmarks for students to work towards. And ideally in a class, you would be working towards those benchmarks multiple times throughout the year, and students get feedback from their teachers along the way.
Is that hard as a teacher? I mean, you're constantly assessing skills, and but it's also, I would imagine, beneficial for the student.
Yes, yeah. The goal is to give as much feedback to the students as we can. It is a shift in kind of practices in the classroom and assessment, but our teachers the last several years, that's what we've been focused on.